Oh hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to our interview. Today we have a number of special guests joining us. Let's kick things off with the man, the myth, Joseph Stalin.
Yeah!
Silence! Oh, silence!
So, Joseph, our sources tell us that you changed your name to Stalin, which translates to Man of Steel. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, man of steel, because I am very hard man, like iron or like big strong bear.
Well, could you tell us a bit about your childhood and how it made you who you are today?
I was poor boy, weak boy, got beat up by other boy. That is it.
Oh, well, sorry to hear about that. But how was your school life?
I was boy genius like Jimmy Neutron, but I dropped out of college to make big strong Russian revolution.
Oh yes, I understand you had a few run-ins with the police during this revolution, am I right?
Oh yes, me and police not very good of friend. They exiled me to Siberia, but I come back like this sneaky boy.
This revolution of yours must have been pretty expensive. How'd you get all that money?
I make many robbery and kidnap many people for money. A fun time.
Yes, I believe I've heard about your famous Tiflis robbery. Tell me about that.
Oh yes, Tiflis robbery. Much fun. Many people die, I get lots of money. It's great time.
Wow, truly fascinating. What about your leadership in the Communist Party during the revolution?
I start off as little baby secretary, but I trick everybody into giving me power and take over like big strong bear.
Then, when the Communist Party took over and you were the Soviet dictator, what were your goals?
Oh, I have many great goals. In social classes, make collective farming, kill anyone who questioned me, increase food population, industrialize the Soviet Union, kill anyone who questioned me, etc.
My goodness, what a man. Now, tell me a bit about your relationship with Hitler. What was that, Joseph?
I said no opinion.
Oh. Now, I think we only have time for one more question. So, tell me, Stalin, how are you able to maintain such a large country?
Yes, you see, more people of yourself you kill, less people you have to maintain in your country.
Wow, simply brilliant. Thank you, Joseph Stalin.
Hello, Machiavelli. How are you doing today?
I'm a good, thanks.
So, tell us about your profession.
Well, when I was 13, I grew an interest in politics, and now, I don't mean to brag, but I'm now the father of modern political theory.
Oh, I have a degree in political science myself.
Oh, then yes, you may call me Daddy.
So, what was it like growing up in Florence, Italy?
Well, the spread of diverse culture throughout Italy had a huge impact on my political views.
Over the years, you come to coin the term Machiavellian. What does that mean?
It's when there is a ruler who is a total jerk, like a dictator with low morals.
Ah, I see. Can you elaborate on that concept a little?
Well, if you're planning to be a good politician, nothing can faze you.
So, what makes a true politician in your view?
To be a true politician, you must disconnect yourself from society, have no opinion on anything whatsoever, and you must be absolutely savage and ruthless.
Interesting. So, what's your opinion on the Medici family?
Blasphemy! I hate them. Next question.
Alright then, so tell me what it was like being thrown in jail.
I was tortured and banned as an active role in political life.
So, why do you believe you have to have low morals to be a great politician?
Well, I mean, just look at me. I'm the father of modern political theory, for God's sake.
And you've written a book, my good sir. Is this true?
Yes, it's a good book. It's called The Prince. It's selling $9.99 in most stores.
So I'm Dizzle. How you doing? Good? Alright. Great. So when you take an interest in sailing?
Well, as a young boy, I've always been fond of liquids. By my mid-20s, I picked up sailing and engaging in combat.
You've been very successful as a navigator, I see. To what do you owe your success?
Well, after the death of my beloved parents,
Loser!
I attended Queen Leonora's School of Pages in Lisbon, where I often spent my days poring over texts on cartography, astronomy, and celestial navigation.
So, growing up in Portugal, what was that like?
Well, as a child, my parents were members of the Portuguese nobility, so I live a very endowed life.
Do you have any major accomplishments that you're proud of?
Well, have you ever heard of the Pacific Ocean? You're welcome.
Alright. What was the most memorable experience you've had sailing?
Well, in 1520, my crew and I sailed across a treacherous strait. We were there for over a month. You may know this as the Strait of Magellan, the sexiest of all the straits.
Have there been any times where you've become just extremely frustrated while sailing?
Well, on my way to Patagonia, my crew attempted mutiny, and one of my ships crashed.
Wow. Along your journey, have you met anyone that you've become friends with?
When I reached Hamamban, I often traded with Rajan Hamamban, the island's king. We quickly formed a bond.
Interesting. Is there anything that you regret as a sailor?
Getting involved in the war between my dear friend Hamamban and a rival leader, this led to my death. I'm a ghost.
After your death, is there anything that you wish you could have been there for?
I wish I was there for when my ship finally circumnavigated the world. Welcome, Mr. Copernicus. How are you doing?
Hold on! What is this blasphemy? That's better.
Anyways, how are you doing today?
I'm doing quite well. Actually feeling very swell indeed.
So what did you study?
I studied at the University of Cacao in Bologna. Bologna is where my views would change.
How did they change?
I started to believe in the heliocentric theory and other views.
How did you develop the heliocentric theory?
Well, you see, I used a celestial model that incorporated eccentric circular epicycles.
How did you determine the size and speed of these planets?
Well, now, young darling, young one, apprentice, Yoda, I said that size and speed depends on its distance from the sun.
And I understand you wrote a book. What was that book called?
Yes, I wrote a book called Concerning the Revolutions of the Celestial Orbs.
Okay. What other subjects did you study in college?
Now, I studied law, medicine, painting, and mathematics.
Oh, did you earn any degrees in college?
Yes, I earned my doctorate degree in common law from the University of Cacao.
Okay, so when did you build your famous observatory where you made many great discoveries?
1513 is the year in which I built that building you were talking about.
Okay. I understand you worked in the church as well, correct?
Yes, I worked as a canon.
Alright, thank you for your time, Mr. Copernicus.
Hello, Mr. Perry.
Hello?
So, Mr. Perry.
Wait. Something's wrong here.
So, Mr. Perry, you've had many accomplishments in your life. What would you say is your favorite?
Well, I'd say my most important accomplishment is opening up trade with Japan. By far my favorite would have to be claiming Key West for Florida.
So, tell us a little bit about your childhood.
Well, I was born in Newport, Rhode Island, to a Navy officer, started sailing at 15, went to the Naval Academy, and joined the Navy.
So, what are some of the other accomplishments you've had?
Served in the War of 1812, fought pirates in the Mediterranean Sea, repatriated African Americans to Liberia, changed the U.S. Navy to steam power, and created the Navy Museum.
So was it hard getting sailors to change their ways and switch to steam power?
Oh yeah, sailing was said is very different from steam power, so many people didn't want to change, but I think in the long run, it worked out for us well.
Oh, so you said you designed a curriculum for West Point. Is it still used today?
Some of it is, but as sailing has evolved, so is the curriculum for West Point.
And you mentioned the Mexican War. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Oh yes, Mexican War was a war between the Mexicans and the Texan natives just over land, and my contribution was personally taking over Veracruz.
And obviously you're most known for opening surgery in Japan. So what was your experience with the Japanese?
Yes, at first they wouldn't cooperate, but they changed their mind after a bit of friendly debate.
What was Japan like when you arrived?
Well, unlike the rest of the world, Japan was still a feudal society, had no electricity, and everyone was just carrying around a sword.
So why were you selected to deal with the Algerian pirates?
It was a big problem for the whole world, and I was obviously the most capable of the job.
And finally, can you tell us about your trip to Liberia?
Yes, so as a way of paying reparations for slavery, we were sent to bring African Americans back to the Golden Coast so they could find a family and settle down with them in their native land.
Well, that was a great talk, Mr. Perry. Thank you.
Now from our sponsor, Renaissance. Get yours today.
Yum.